it would be a great idea to start my new year off, because my New Year's resolution for YouTube videos is to be a little bit more consistent. I have some fun things coming in plan. So to start it, I thought I would finally do the actual more professional version of the agate video. I know some of you guys have probably seen it on the Facebook page, but this is an actual edited video. So I hope that you guys are having a fabulous new year. If you're watching this after the new year, I'm wishing you prosperity and happiness and love and all that goodness. So without chattering too much, let's get started. The first thing I wanted to do was show you guys some of the things that you'll need in order to create these really easy, simple agates with melt and pour. So first off, we have our tools here. We've got a couple of paintbrushes, and you can go with different sizes and variations. Play with your tools. You could even play with it with like Q-tips, or just get creative, because this is a great video, because the messier it is, the more realistic it tends to look, if that makes any sense. So just a couple of paintbrushes of your liking. You'll need a pencil, pipette, whatever colors that you want to go with. We're going to play with a couple of different colors just so that you guys don't see it just in that turquoise kind of look, but we're also going to play with some purples. And then we've got our 90, this says 91%, but it's actually 90, you know what? I think it is 91%. Just whatever. Something 90 and above alcohol. And then you've got your clear melt and pour. And then I thought I would show you guys, it's a little bit more challenging to see, but hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better. This here is actually sanding sugar. You could color this and make it colored. You could leave it clear. And then this is Epsom salt. So you're going to need some sort of crystal, like a salt or a sugar. So I'm going to show you how that looks for both. And then we're going to take a little bit of our sanding sugar and use with the purple and kind of color it a little bit, just so you guys can see some different variations, and just, you know, play with your mediums. And that's it. That's what you'll need. And then of course your dissolvable paper. And this you can actually get at Brambleberry's website. You can get it on Wholesale Supplies Plus website, but it's like this cotton material almost. It's very soft, and it actually dissolves in water. So this is great for embedding in soap, or embed paper is also what it's called. So you'll need that as well. I've gotten questions about whether or not you can use what is that paper? Parchment paper. Because of the waxiness of it, it's a little bit more challenging to get your colorants to actually stick onto that wax. So I suggest you really use the embed paper, or dissolvable paper, whatever you want to call it. So with all of that said, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is, with the embed paper, is we want to kind of draw an outline of where our micas and our salts and our melt and pour will actually go, so that we, you know, just like with color, you know, coloring and all that stuff, you want to kind of stay within the lines. So let's create our template. And to create a template, agates are very rough, and there is no real shape to them. They do have either a circular or a oval kind of, you know, basic structure. So we're going to kind of go with that. So what I'm going to do is just roughly, and as you can see, I'm being extremely jagged with my drawing because agates are rocks. So you are just gonna go, you can go thin at the top, thin at the bottom and then fuller at the top. You can go thinner at the top and fuller at the bottom. That doesn't matter. It's just you want to kind of have that basic structure. Once you have your basic structure, we're going to do 2 blues and then 2 purples. You are going to create your center just so that you have something to use as a template, just like that. Okay, once we've done that and we're ready, we've got our basic template, now we're going to be ready to add our mica colors. So like I said, I'm going to work with 2 blue and then 2 of our purples. So I'm going to move the purple and the black, or actually this is Wicked, out of the way. And we're going to start off with blues. So today I'm using Mad Oils Peacock and Ocean Flare by Nurture Soap. And I'm going to do these 2 first. And the thing about this is that you don't have to have any perfection, or it doesn't have to be a specific way. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. The objective is just to get the color inside somewhere. And the more diffused it is, the lighter or thinner your overall agate will be. The more color that you put in an area, the more opaque it becomes, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of create a little bit, and it's okay if it got outside the line, that's fine. And I'm not going to be fancy with it. And as you can see, I've got puddles of mica here, but it's much thinner there. And everywhere there's more mica, you're going to get more of an opaque kind of look. Okay. Now, once we've done that, we're going to work with our second color, which is our Ocean Flare. And this actually has a little, it's got like more of a glittered kind of, it's really pretty. I thought we'd use that today. And we're just going to kind of dab it in different areas. And if it gets a little in the center, that's okay too. And I'm going really easy, but I would actually go much faster than this. Just so you guys can see. And then I'm going to actually add a little bit more dimension with some of our Wicked. So it's like a dark black. And I'm going to actually use this to kind of do a basic outline. And I'm sure some of you guys have probably seen this in my Facebook video. But I'm just going to go around the edges a little bit. And I would probably use a much finer brush than this, but I was working with my brushes and they're dirty now, so I didn't have time to clean them. Now, as you can see, I got crazy over here. That is fine. And if you get some in the center where your blue is, that's also fine, because this is, as I said before, the messier, it almost creates a more realistic looking agate. And this brush is extremely coarse. It's not as soft as the one we were using before. So that's also going to give you a different kind of deposit with your mica. So that's why I said play with your tools, get creative, use Q-tips, whatever you want. Okay, so now that I've got that mess, which actually it'll be really pretty in the end, I'm gonna do a couple purple just so you could quickly see those as well. I'm going to be working with this gorgeous Purple Haze by Matte Oils. It's so pretty. And then Purple Vibrance by Nurture Soap. So we have melted down our Mountain Pour, or clear Mountain Pour. I'm going to take a pipette and I'm going to start with this blue one here. And I'm just going to take some of this. Now the best thing to do is put this over like a double boiling kind of look. And then that way it'll keep your Mountain Pour fluid longer. But what we're going to do here is we are trying to pipe right around the edge. And if it gets out a little bit, that's fine. Oh, I'm getting crazy here. It's okay if you get a little bit outside. Getting a little blue. And then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to take your salt or sugar, and in the center, just add a little to the center. And then using the back of a paintbrush or something, you're going to push that salt into your Mountain Pour like that, all the way around until you have a hollow center. And you're going to have to do that with everyone, so you don't want to pour or pipe your Mountain Pour and then add your to all of them and then add your salt, because your Mountain Pour may be completely hardened by the time you get back to it. And then we're just going to spray a little bit of rubbing alcohol right on that guy. And then we're going to pipe the next one. And I'm going in a circle, just making sure that I stay out of the center. But if you get it on the outside, you see how those are meeting? That's fine, because you can actually trim that up. And then I'm going to take my salt, put some in the center, and then push it off to the side. And we're going to get rid of those bubbles by spraying it with rubbing alcohol. You just want to get that salt in there before it hardens too much. And then I'm going to spray out my bubbles. And with this purple, before we actually include our Mountain Pour, see, if I would have this on like boiling water, it would have stayed fluid longer. But what we're going to do is we're going to isolate some of this sugar, because we're going to work with sugar with the purple. And I'm going to take some of this gorgeous Purple Haze. And I'm just going to add some into my sugar. And then we'll just mix it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because some of them, they're being a little clear and a little colored. It's gonna really be pretty. So I'm gonna take some of this clear, separate it out. So so that we have more to work with here. And I'm going to go ahead and do my piping with my purple again. And then I'm going to add some of my colored with my white and then push it into the edges. You can use so many different types of crystallized, you know, salts and sugars, different sizes, whatever you want. That's the wonderful thing about this. You get to be as creative as you'd like. You're going to let this set for a few minutes so that it cools down. And then once it's cooled down and hardened, we'll be able to peel this off and reveal the actual agate look. And then we can kind of trim up any areas that we feel like just don't look the way we want it to look for this project. So we'll give it a few seconds and then we'll come back and peel it. Okay, so we're back, and these are hardened, so they're ready to peel off. I also have with me a couple of glitters that we're going to actually use to kind of pretty up our edges. I've got Shimmer Gold by Nurture Soap and Brass Glitter by TKB Trading. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to gently peel off the agate to reveal, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see all of the dimension that has been created because we've got the dark and then we've got the glitter and then we've got that turquoise, but anywhere where it was thin, and I'll flip it over so you can see it this way. Anywhere where it was thin, you're not going to see it. It's not going to be as opaque. It's going to be a little bit more sheer. But doesn't that just look gorgeous? And then all we're going to do is, you don't have to use an X-Acto knife. It's just what I grabbed at the moment because this is a little extreme for this. But, you know, you want to grab some sort of, you know, item that you can actually cut through. And we're just going to kind of loosely go back over where our original design was, and use the outline of your new, you know, where your mica has kind of gone. Use that too. You don't have to necessarily use the actual drawing that you used when you created it. And then you end up with this gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous, easy agate. And then we're going to do our purple one. I just personally like how it looks when I pull it from the paper, and it's just so gorgeous. I just love it. So now, as you can see, because we added mica to our sugar, just look how absolutely, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can't really see the monitors turned off, so I can't see, but it's just so pretty. And then you're going to do the same thing. And I love how the outline of this is. So I'm going to leave all of that, but I am going to cut off this because it just looks weird to me. And then I actually like that just as is. So I'm going to leave all of that. And then once you've done your cutting, then you can take you know, one of your soft paintbrushes, and you just paint around the edges. So I'm going to do the lighter color first because I'll be using the same paintbrush. So I'm going to use the gold first and do my beautiful purple one. Whatever you want. But these are so easy, and they're super, they look like you worked so hard on them, and they're just so pretty. They're really, really pretty, but that's what it looks like when you use the purple. And then let's quickly use our brass glitter. And because the brass glitter is a little chunkier, I'm going to actually spray a little bit of my rubbing alcohol onto my paintbrush just to wet it a little bit so I get more to stick on. And then I'm going to press that into, and you're going to just press it in. You're not really rubbing it, you're just kind of pressing it into the agate. Just like that. And then let's do the same with the edge of this one. And then you are all done. And now you've got beautiful, fun agates. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Happy New Year again to you all, and I wish you guys a load of success, and just look out for the next video. Thank you guys so much.